Vitamin B12 deficiency and neurodegeneration share a relationship that clinical medicine has documented extensively, but that public health education has been slow to translate into widespread screening and prevention practices. The neurology of B12 deficiency, demyelination of nerve fibers, cognitive decline, memory impairment, and, in advanced cases, irreversible neurological damage, is well established. What is less commonly discussed is the mechanism connecting B12 deficiency to the accumulation of cellular damage in neurons, and why autophagy occupies a central place in that mechanism. Neurons are postmitotic cells. They cannot replace themselves through division when they accumulate damage. Their longevity and functional integrity depend almost entirely on the quality of their intracellular maintenance systems, of which autophagy is the most critical for managing the protein aggregates and dysfunctional organelles that accumulate with aging. Research examining B12 deficient neuronal cells finds impaired lysosomal function, the acidified degradation compartments that autophagy delivers damaged cargo to, and accumulation of damaged mitochondria that would normally be cleared through mitophagy. The methylation cycle that B12 enables alongside folate maintains the methyl group availability needed for the methylation reactions that regulate autophagy gene expression and support the energy metabolism that lysosomal function requires. The aging dimension of this story is clinically important and inadequately communicated to older adults. Vitamin B12 absorption requires a functioning cascade: stomach acid to release B12 from food proteins, pancreatic enzymes for further processing, and intrinsic factors secreted by gastric parietal cells to escort B12 to absorption sites in the terminal ileum. All three components decline with age. Up to 30% of adults over 50 have some degree of atrophic gastritis that compromises this cascade. The consequence is that even people eating adequate B12 containing foods may have functional deficiency, and standard serum B12 testing does not always catch this because serum levels can remain in the reference range while functional B12 status, measured by methylmalonic acid, which accumulates when B12-dependent enzymes fail, is already inadequate. The bioavailability hierarchy among food sources is meaningful. Clams provide approximately 84 micrograms per 3-ounce serving, liver approximately 70 micrograms, trout 5.4 micrograms, and salmon 4.8 micrograms. These animal source foods contain B12 in forms that are generally more bioavailable than the synthetic cyanocobalamin used in most supplements, though the advantage narrows when absorption machinery is intact. For vegans and vegetarians who depend on fortified foods and supplements, methylcobalamin, the active neurological form, is preferred over cyanocobalamin, particularly for individuals with aging or compromised absorption. People on long-term metformin, the most widely prescribed type 2 diabetes medication, have documented higher rates of B12 depletion through a mechanism involving reduced ileal absorption. The same applies to proton pump inhibitors taken long-term, which suppress the stomach acid that initiates B12 release from food. Both are extraordinarily common medications in middle-aged and older adults, and the intersection of medication-induced depletion with age-related absorption decline creates a high-risk situation for neuronal autophagy insufficiency that deserves proactive monitoring rather than waiting for symptoms to prompt investigation.